guys, today I'd like to introduce you to Wiggly Wilbur. He's a very special worryworm and he's got some finger puppet googly eyes integrated into him. Look at that. So basically these finger puppet googly eyes have become quite a sensation in the crochet world and some Facebook groups. And people have started to make loads of projects using these finger puppets. I looked into this a little and discovered that there was a children's TV series called Ooby that aired back in 2000 on Nickelodeon Junior, which used to be called Noggin. And it was very famous for the characters that were represented by these finger puppet googly eyes. So now they've come back into fashion and you can find them in the party section of most craft stores. You can find them online. I'll put a link below to where I got these. They come in different sizes, so make sure you have this size here. I'll write you the size in the description below. And so I also wanted to create something with these eyes, and I came up with these worryworms that have the finger puppet googly eyes integrated into them. Most other projects I saw crocheted around this ring part of the nose, I guess, and I wanted to hide this section actually, so I came up with an idea for how to integrate it into the project so that you don't see this nose part at all. So let me tell you what you'll need for this project. Just a few supplies and then we'll get started. And if you prefer the written version of this pattern, it's available for free on my blog, and there's also a PDF pattern that you can purchase for a small fee from my shop. I'll leave all these links down below. There's also some little tags, like poem tags, that I've designed that you can download and use attached to these worryworms in case you're giving them to somebody as a gift or leaving them out in public spaces for people to find and make their day. Okay, so what I've got here is some DK weight cotton yarn. I'm going to use this glow-in-the-dark yarn for this one. I just have a little bit left here and I thought it would be fun to make these with this yarn. And you need a tiny strand of black yarn for the mouth. Then you're going to need a 4mm hook, a stitch marker. You could use some fabric glue if you're going to glue the mouth on, but this is totally optional. Then we need a darning needle, a pair of scissors, and a little bit of fiberfill stuffing. This is already too much. We need about this much just for the head. And of course we'll need the googly eyes. So I know there are googly eyes that are also glow in the dark. This would have been perfect for this yarn, but I don't have any right now. So we're just going to use one of the regular ones, maybe the pink one. So to start, we are going to begin with the head section, and we start with a magic circle. If you don't know how to work a magic circle, you can watch the video tutorial I have on that. It's step by step, very slow, and it's the easiest method I've come across. So if you don't want to work with a magic circle, you can chain 2 and then do 6 single crochets into the second chain from your hook. I'll start with a magic circle. I'll quickly show you here how I do it. It's just exactly like a slip knot. And then I hold my yarn and I don't pull it closed. So here's my circle already. And I chain 1, and there you go. That is the magic circle. So now we want to work 6 single crochets into the circle. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, let's get more yarn, 5, and 6. Then we're going to pull this circle closed. Got our 6 stitches here. pull it closed tightly. Find that very first stitch. If you're not sure, count backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Could be a little tight, but try to get in there. Here we go. Make sure you have the tail in the back and work another single crochet. This one will be actually the first stitch of round 2, and we're going to place our stitch marker in the first stitch of every round. So for round 2, if you have a little hole here, you can just pull it closed. For round 2, we're going to work 2 single crochets into each stitch around. So we'll end up with 12 single crochets for round 2. So we've got 2 here, and then we'll do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, excuse me, 11, and 12. All right, so this is the end of round 2. All right, looks like this. So for round 3, we're going to single crochet into the first stitch and do 2 single crochets into the next, and we'll repeat this only 2 times. All right, so single crochet into the first stitch here, and then of course we have to move our stitch marker. And we'll work 2 single crochets into the next one. So we have an increase here. Oops. 1 and 2. Ooh, this yarn frays a little, but that's okay. Okay, we'll repeat that one more time. So single crochet and an increase in the next one. It's fraying yarn. There we go. Okay, so we did that twice. From here, we're going to single crochet in the next stitch, and then we will chain 2. So we've got chain 1, chain 2. Then we're going to skip a stitch and single crochet into the next stitch, like that. Okay, so you have a little bit of a gap here. We'll continue by doing an increase, 2 single crochet into the next one, and we'll repeat this 2 more times. Single crochet in the next one, and 2 single crochet in the one after that. Single crochet in the next one, and 2 single crochet or an increase in the last one. Okay, so now you should have 18 stitches for this round. So for round 4, we want to single crochet all around, just 1 single crochet each, except we'll work 2 single crochets into that gap that we created with the chain 2, which is right here. Okay, so we start with the first stitch of this round, move the stitch marker, and continue around. So I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, okay, 7. Okay, so after the 7th one, you'll see that gap that we have here. You'll single crochet 2 into that gap. All right, and then we continue. So that's 8 and 9. And we have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. There we go. Okay, still got a hole here. Let's pull that magic circle closed there. Okay. So you see here at the bottom, you have this little gap. So for round 5, we're going to start decreasing. So we'll work a single crochet in the first stitch and a single crochet 2 together, or a decrease in the next, and we'll repeat that 5 more times. So let's work the first single crochet and move our stitch marker to the first stitch of this round. And now we're going to work a decrease. You can work an invisible decrease if you like, but I'm just going to work a normal decrease, which I do like this. I have 3 loops on your hook and decrease. Okay, so we've done it once, single crochet, and then single crochet decrease. That's twice, single crochet in the next one, and a decrease. That's the third one. Fourth one. Fifth one. And the last one would be the 6th one. So you've done this 6 times around. Okay, so what we can do now is insert the nose section. Let's pull this out a little. Pick up our googly eyes, and you might have to fiddle with it a little bit like that, and try to get that nose section into here, depending on what yarn you're using. There. Okay, so now it's inside. It should be tight. You don't want it to be too loose. Okay. Alright, so now the ring part is on the inside, and all you see outside is the eyes. So now with this loop still attached to your hook, we want to make sure that these eyes don't fall out, right? So we're going to work 4 single crochets into this nose part of the finger puppet googly eyes. Okay, so you're going to insert your hook through here and loosely work 4 single crochets. Okay, so there's one, and a second one, and a third one. Well, that's the tail. Let's get that out of the way. And a 4th one, and that should really be secure enough for it not to fall out. Okay, like that. So this is what it looks like from the inside. You have these 4 single crochet stitches holding the ring in place on the inside. And now just pull your hook out and tuck this little tail in into the head. You can just tuck that in. And we need a tiny piece of stuffing, and stuff the head just very slightly. Okay, it's already too much. Okay, so now that we've stuffed it, we need to continue with our project. So your stitch marker is here in this stitch. What you want to do is a single crochet in the stitch right after that. Okay, so we'll work a single crochet here. And then we want to do some more decreases. So we're going to decrease in the next one, the next 2 stitches together. All right. And we're going to repeat this decrease 6 times. So we've decreased this one already. We'll go into the next couple of stitches and decrease. 2. It is a little bit fiddly, I know, but trust me, you will love it in the end. It'll be all worth it. 3. 4. Oh, where's the second loop here? Let's find it. There we go. Make sure the stuffing doesn't get in your way. Yeah, here. 5. And we're going to remove our stitch marker at this point and just continue decreasing another 3 times. Oh, this loop is too big. Let's make it a bit smaller here. There. Another decrease. And another one. Oh, sorry, I was out of frame here. Let's do this again. Another decrease. There we go. And another one. Now we have 4 stitches left in here. We'll do decrease if you can. One more time here. We're trying to get it as tightly closed as possible. Okay. This will be difficult, but try to get in there. All right. So from here, we're going to continue straight on to the body of this worryworm by chaining 21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Oh, need some more yarn. 19, 20, and 21. All right, so we have this long chain that's attached to the head. All right, and from here, we're going to work 3 double crochet stitches into each chain all the way up back to the head. So we've done 1, we'll do a second one in the same chain, and a third one in the same chain. Okay, if you don't know how to work a double crochet stitch, please go back to the video tutorials for the double crochet stitch on my channel. Don't worry, when this hole becomes big like that, that's absolutely normal. The only thing is that the next stitch might look a bit smaller. Try to get in there. Don't miss any stitches. And continue working 3 double crochet stitches in each chain, going all the way back up to the head. All right, so we'll just keep working like that. You can pause the video at this point, and I'll see you when we get to the last stitch of the chain. When you get to the last stitch here of this chain here, okay? And then I'll tell you how to finish off this project. All right, so now I'm coming to the very last chain stitch of this row. I'm going to work my 3 double crochets into that. And then I'm going to attach the body part to the head. So we had 3 stitches left after round 7, and then we started the chain for the body from one of them. So now we want to slip stitch into the opposite stitch to attach the body to the head. Okay, and pull that tightly. We're going to leave a 4-inch tail, cut our yarn, and fasten off. Like that. Now you might be thinking, this looks a little, yours might look something like that. Doesn't look very wormy yet. So you can refer back to this video here to make sure your worry worm curls properly every time. There's 6 tips I have for you. But what you need to do at this point is just twist your curls into place by twisting and twisting and twisting like this. All right, and then you can pull from the end and every curl will fall into place perfectly. All right, so now all that's left is the mouth and weaving in this end. So what we need to do now is make him a little mouth, and you have several options for that. Just cut off a little strand of black yarn, and you could glue it into place, just a tiny strand like this. You could just glue it on if you like, or you could stitch it on, in which case you'll need your darning needle and thread it through like this, and you can start from the back of the head. Just choose a spot, doesn't matter where really, maybe on this little bit to the side will be easier, and you come out to where you want to start one end of the mouth, let's say here, and leave a bit of a tail in the back so that you can tie it in the end, and go, let's say we want it to look like this, don't want it too big, and then go around the back and come out again in the exact same spot. All right, then you pull gently until you have your smile, and you can adjust it by pulling the other side. You can pull it down a bit from here, just play around with it a little bit. And if you want to add a dab of glue to make sure it doesn't move around, you can do that. And from here, all you need to do is tie a double knot. Don't pull too tightly. Okay, make sure the mouth is all right. This one's a little crooked, but that's okay. Gives him some character. Double knot. And then cut these. Just leave a tiny bit of the tiny tails like this. And then with your hook or with your needle even, you can just tuck in these ends so that they don't show. Okay, there, gone. And here's the mouth. You could even make him a little scarf if you like. Just get creative. Yeah, I think I could have put a little more stuffing in the head, but that's okay. I think with this one I added a little more stuffing. He's a bit more rounded in the head. So see what you prefer. So now that we're done with the mouth, all we need to do is weave in this little end here. And this you can use if you have any gaps anywhere, you can close them off. Like let's say here, I'd like to close this gap off like this, and at the same time I'm weaving in this end. Okay, if you want to tighten the space between the head and the body, you could also do that. You catch one of the chain stitches and pull it closer to the body. You know, this is your chance now to make adjustments. I'm going to catch maybe the stitch over here and get that a little closer here. I think that's good. Just try going in different directions. And if you feel this hole here in the top hasn't been closed properly, you could go from the inside of the head to, let's say, one side of that circle. Okay, and then simply close it off. You can catch another stitch on the opposite side of the hole. And close it off, but don't pull too tightly so as not to affect the shape of the head. Oh, I think this needle is a bit too thick for this yarn, but that's okay. We'll manage. There. Okay, that looks better. Let's see the front. There we go. What do you think? At this point, I'm going to make one last stitch like that, and then snip off that tail. That's it. There you go. Wiggly Wilbur. You know, it might be a good idea to make sure that smile stays down with a dab of glue. Just a tiny dab here, and it will stay in place. And let me know what you think in the comments. If you have any questions, please ask me in the comment section below. I read them every day, and I love it when you correspond with me. So yeah, so please subscribe to my channel if you're interested in more of these funny little creatures, and I hope to see you next time. Have a lovely day. Bye.